Hi guys. Okay, so the homework for tonight, it says explain how to model the following problem using counters. So I'm going to show you what it looks like whenever you take 5 minus 8 with my counters. And then I'm going to let you guys write it out on your own. So my first number is positive 5, and yellow are my positives, so I'm going to put 5 positives out. So there's 4, 5. I'm going to kind of squinch this together. So I have 5 positives. Can you see that? Let's zoom out some. There we go. So I have 5 positives, and I have to subtract 8 positives, but I only have 5. So when we talked in class, we know that if I have these two here, that this is positive 1 plus negative 1, and a positive 1 plus negative 1 equals 0. But if I add this to here, it's still 0 plus 5, so it still equals 5, but it also gives me an extra positive to start taking away. Now I only have 6 to take away, so I need to add another 0 pair. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positives. 2 0 pairs plus 5 is only 5 still, but I have 7 positives to take away. I need to do one more so that I have 8 positives to take away. So now I have 5 positives plus 3 0 pairs, so that's 0, 0, 0 plus 5 is still 5. Then I take away, I have 8 positives to take away now. So I'm going to take away 1 positive, 2 positives, 3 positives, 4 positives, 5 positives. Now I'm going to start taking away from my 0 pairs. 6 positives, 7 positives, 8 positives, and that leaves me with 3 negatives left. So your answer to this should be -3. But I'm going to have you guys explain how to model the following problem using counters just like I did. If you need help trying to remember that, just go back and rewatch that part of the video as you finish this up. Okay, number 2, you're going to be using the rule for subtracting integers, which is add the opposite. And on number 2, it says -4 minus 5 equals, and it wants you to show you the next step. So if you add the opposite, so I took my my subtraction, and I changed it to addition. So they've already done that for me. Then I need to take positive 5 and change it to the opposite of positive 5. The opposite of positive 5, that answer is going to go right here. And then you're just going to tell me what -4 plus the opposite of positive 5, whatever that is going to give you your answer. So let me do an example. I'll do -3 minus, let's do 4. So if I add the opposite, I'll have -3. Change my subtraction to addition. The opposite of positive 4 is -4. Now on my poem that I used the other day, I have it here, says same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, then you'll be exact. So I have different signs, so I'm going to subtract the two. I have the same sign, so I'm going to add the two numbers. So 4 plus 3 is 7. I'm going to keep it. I have both negatives now, so my answer should be negative. Okay? And then if you use the number line, you have, I drew a crooked number line. So I'm going to have, let's see, we have both. -8, there we go. So both negatives. So if I start out at -3, and then I subtract 4, I'm going to go to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll get me to -7. Or if I take -3 and I add -4, that's the same thing. I've got to go, negatives means I go to the left. So if I'm going to add -4, there's -1, -2, -3, -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's how you would do number 2. Then number 3 says solve the following problems, then state what the absolute value and the opposites are for each problem. So on here, you should have your answer. Then you should have the absolute value, and you should have an opposite. Remember, whenever you're not modeling it with the counters, you can just use the rule, add the opposite, add the opposite, add the opposite, add the opposite. So that should help you a little bit trying to figure out the answers to those. And your orange notes from the beginning of this Unit 4 should help you with the absolute value and the opposites of each. If y'all have any questions, please send me a message through Remind. I hope you guys have a great evening. Bye, guys.